This is Ralph the Ref. Welcome to the first installment of the COVID Come Up. I'm going to be trying to speak on things that have nothing to do with reffing because obviously nobody's reffing at this time, including myself. So I had to pivot referee rant as mentioned on episode 173. First thing that I just want to talk about what you can expect. This is, I guess, basically my way to build my YouTube catalog of the things that I like. I always thought that this made me realize how much I was working, how much referee meant to me. The pivot is real in terms of things that I used to like doing. And I just always thought that, what would I be doing if I wasn't reffing? And what would be the future of referee rant if reffing didn't exist? And I think we're at that time. And I think sometimes we always wish that if we didn't have a 9-to-5, if we weren't reffing, we would do all of these different things to make us better. If I had more time, I would work out. If I had more time, I would read those books that I always wanted to read. If I had more time, I would learn 2 languages. Or, I think everyone has these aspirations of wanting to get better. And it's not to say that you can't get better at refereeing at this time. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of virtual camps. There's going to be opportunity for you to read the rule book. But at the same time, who knows when we're going to ref? I anticipate that we're not going to be reffing anytime soon. So I'm going to just go in, y'all. I'm going to just show you what I'm going to be doing on a daily basis. And hopefully you get some inspiration of wanting to do the things that you always wanted to do but never had time, whether that be spend time with your family, read a book that you've been holding off for the longest, arts and crafts project. If you have any home improvement projects that you wanted to deal with. The COVID Come Up to me is a hashtag that I created that I was thinking, I want to keep myself accountable that I'm still trying to be the best version of myself every day. I'm still trying to aspire to do great things, even though we're quarantined and isolated in a house. I have a couple of goals. I want to have a frenetic pace where I'm reading as many books as I can. I still want to churn out all the podcasts and referee rant. I just thought it was inappropriate, y'all, to just be talking about refereeing. Like we're not refs right now. We're families that are stuck in place, in tow, with no foreseeable end in sight. So I want the art to reflect the real reality in which what we're going through. And just a couple of goals for me to put it out in the ether. I want to get really good at working out and having a good routine. I want to master jump roping. I want to master being left-handed, whether that be being ambidextrous. I'm already right-handed and I have some elements in left, and I'll get into that with certain things. I want to have videos with my son. I want my son to get really good with this YouTube game. Got a lot of books I want to read. Want to get better at math. So if I don't come out of this quarantine whenever this is ending, if I don't come out with different things that I'm working towards, if I don't come out this master 50 different skills, then I feel like personally I'm a failure because there's nothing else to do, y'all. Let's make some art out of it. Come join me and follow it. COVID Come Up. Commander-in-Chief was written by Rick Reilly, who wrote for Sports Illustrated at a time, as well as ESPN. In turn, he's been writing books since he's been out of that media world. This book is basically centered around Donald Trump before he was the Republican presidential candidate. It was when he was just a golf enthusiast / real estate mogul / reality TV star. And I'm just going to read a little bit about it so you can kind of understand what this book is about. And it goes into a situation where they first met, and Donald Trump expressed that he was his favorite, that Rick Reilly was his favorite writer. So I'll just read into the first couple of pages in the first chapter. Trump didn't just lie nonstop about himself that day. He lied nonstop about me. He'd go up to some member and say, "This is Rick. He is the president of Sports Illustrated." The guy would reach out to shake my hesitant hand. But by then, Trump had dragged me forward to the next member, or secretary, or chef. "This is Rick. He publishes Sports Illustrated." Before I could object, he'd go, "And this is Chef. He was voted best hamburger chef in the world." And this poor chef would look at me and shake his head with a helpless no, same as me. When we were alone, I finally said, "Donald, why are you lying about me?" "Sounds better," he said. Sounding better is Trump's MO. It colors everything he says and does. The truth doesn't break an egg with Trump. It's all about how it sounds, how it looks, and the fact checkers can go run a 100-yard dash in a 50-yard gym. A friend of mine had dinner with Trump, and his wife, Melania, in 2015, when this whole presidential thing was starting to simmer. The husbands and wives had veered off into separate conversations. The wife said, "You have a lovely accent, Melania. Where are you from?" "Slovenia," she said. Trump, in mid-sentence, turned to her and interjected, "Say Austria. Sounds better." And I'm certain that you can infer what the rest of this book was. 16 chapters. I was able to pretty much go through, and I thought it was appropriate for me to read because, it's about sports, it's about golf, and it's something that I think at this point we would watch anything. And it's also about Donald Trump, who's very appropriate right now. He's the leader of the free world at this moment in time, and he's supposed to be presidential and leading us to get over this crisis of COVID-19. But, this is the first installment of the COVID come up. Hopefully y'all check it in every time. I'm going to try to just continue to keep being better than I was today. See y'all tomorrow.